Woman takes strange cat out of trash. Then vet says we've got a problem. Jenna was stunned when she pulled the distressed animal out of the trash can. This did not look like any ordinary cat. Something was clearly going on with it, and Jenna knew that she had to bring it to the vet as soon as possible. But she was not prepared for the reaction of the professional upon seeing the animal. But before we start, smash the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our upcoming stories. With clear panic on his face, the vet told Jenna we've got a problem. She knew that the cat did not look like it was in the best condition, but she had not expected things to be so bad that it would cause the vet this kind of panic and stress. But before Jenna could ask for more clarification, she was told to leave the office in an instant. Now, being left in the dark and in the waiting room, Jenna was unsure of what she was supposed to do. She had brought this cat in, but it was not hers. She did not even know it, nor did she have the time to form any sort of connection with it. She had already been assured that she would not need to pay a penny for the cat's potential treatment. She wanted to stay here and learn what was wrong with the cat and wanted to try everything in her power to help this animal. Jenna did not get any information about the cat or how it was doing, but she did bear witness to most of the personnel present at the veterinarian clinic starting to look collectively stressed, rushing in and out of the office which she had just left. Every time the door opened up, she tried to get a glimpse of what was going on inside, but never managed to get a good look. She also tried to get some information out of the employees, but they all told her that they were too busy to explain the situation to Jenna. What Jenna did pick up from them is that they were constantly on the phone trying to reschedule all appointments. This made Jenna more and more worried about the condition of the cat. But Jenna's worries went through the roof when suddenly 2 police officers entered the building. Jenna's first hope was that they were just here because one of their dogs needed a checkup or something. But of course, this hope was idle as the officers immediately turned their attention to Jenna. Jenna's heart started to nearly beat out of her chest. She stutteringly asked them why that was necessary. They just genuinely needed her help. They had been called about the situation with the strange cat and now needed to know where Jenna had exactly found the animal to start their investigation. Jenna felt like she did not have much other choice but to go with the police. But she did have a lot of questions, even more than before now. What could possibly be going on with this cat that needed the attention of the police? Jenna followed the officers into the squad car that was parked outside and started to direct them to the location where she had found the cat in the trash can. This was not as easy as Jenna had anticipated, as she did not come to this part of town often, and the stress of the situation made it even more difficult for her to remember all the details. When they finally arrived at the alley where Jenna had first encountered the animal, she was very surprised at what she found there. So now everything seemed to have been pulled apart, especially the trash can in which she had found the cat. Following the upheaval in the alley, Jenna observed the police's meticulous approach. They cordoned off the area, their flashlights casting long shadows as they scrutinized every corner, signaled this was no ordinary investigation. The officers' grave expressions and the quiet urgency of their work hinted at the gravity of the discovery. As the investigation unfolded, the police began questioning nearby residents and shopkeepers. Jenna, watching from a distance, felt a growing unease. The lack of clear answers only deepened the enigma of the cat's significance, fueling Jenna's curiosity about the animal's true importance. The chaos around the once normal trash can now suggested a scene of desperation. Papers, cans, and remnants of food were strewn about, as if someone had been frantically searching for something or hiding it. This disorder was a silent testament to the night's earlier events. Jenna's mind raced, pondering the reasons behind such a frantic search and the cat's role in it. Jenna's gaze swept over the scene, her mind teeming with questions. Why would this quiet alley be the stage for such drama? The cat, now at the center of a serious police investigation, remained a mystery. Was it simply in the wrong place at the wrong time, or was there more to its story? Despite the earlier chaos, a heavy silence settled over the alley as the investigation continued. This quiet was not peaceful but charged with anticipation, waiting for a truth yet to be uncovered. It seemed the closer they got to answers, the more elusive they became. As Jenna waited, her phone pinged with an unexpected alert and airdrop message from an unknown sender. The message was cryptic, hinting at dangers untold and urging her to seek the truth elsewhere. Who sent it? And why her? The message's enigmatic nature piqued her interest, igniting a conflict between her natural caution and a growing thirst for answers. Jenna stood at a metaphorical crossroads, the mysterious message on her screen casting a shadow of doubt over her next move. Safety whispered for her to stay put, to ignore the call of the unknown. The promise of answers about the cat's peculiar situation tugged at her with an irresistible force. The decision lay heavily on her, each option fraught with its own set of risks and rewards. As the evening sky deepened to twilight, Jenna made her choice. She crafted a quick, believable excuse to leave, telling the officers of a sudden, urgent matter that couldn't wait. The mysterious message had provided a location, veiled in secrecy yet promising the truth she sought. With a mixture of fear and excitement, Jenna stepped into the fading light, her heart set on uncovering the enigma. Its instructions were vague, pointing her towards a location shrouded in mystery. With each step, Jenna felt the weight of her decision. The night around her seemed to hold its breath, the world pausing as she ventured further from the safety of the known. The address led her away from the familiar streets, into areas of the city she seldom visited. The unknown sender's message burned in her mind, a beacon in the dark urging her on. With the night as her companion, Jenna moved towards the answers, her resolve hardening. This was just the beginning of a deeper mystery. Jenna stood before the derelict house, its dilapidated facade whispering tales of neglect. The air was thick with anticipation, as if the building itself was aware of the pivotal role it was about to play in her quest. Gathering her courage, Jenna raised her hand and knocked on the weathered wood. The sound echoed, a hollow reminder of the threshold she was about to cross. With each knock, Jenna felt a mix of fear and resolve, the sound marking her entry into a realm of hidden truths. The door groaned open slowly, as if reluctant to reveal its secrets. Standing in the dim light was a shadowy figure. The figure peered at Jenna, an intensity in their gaze that suggested a deep, unspoken understanding of why she had come. "What do you know about the cat?" they asked, their voice a blend of curiosity and caution. The question, simple yet loaded, hinted at a narrative far more complex than Jenna had anticipated. In that instant, she realized that her search for answers had led her into a labyrinth of intrigue and hidden dangers. The figure's words were laced with ambiguity, their warnings veiled yet unmistakable. Jenna listened, her heart racing as the reality of her situation became clear. This was no ordinary inquiry. She had unwittingly stepped into a game of shadows, where each piece of information held weight and consequence. As the figure spoke, Jenna understood that her quest for truth about the cat had entangled her in a web from which there might be no easy escape. As Jenna stood in the dimly lit room, the shadowy figure's words began to weave a complex tapestry of consequence around her actions. She realized that her simple act of kindness, rescuing the cat and seeking answers, had inadvertently drawn her into a web far more intricate and dangerous than she could have imagined. Each revelation pulled her deeper into a situation fraught with peril, a narrative far beyond the simplicity of her initial good deed. In the heavy silence that followed the figure's cryptic warnings, Jenna felt the full weight of her circumstances. It was a moment of stark realization. There was no going back. Her involvement had become a critical piece in a puzzle she was only beginning to comprehend. It was about uncovering a truth that had chosen her as much as she had pursued it. Doors that once open now remained firmly shut, windows barred, the house transforming from a place of potential enlightenment to a prison. Jenna's search for answers had led her into a trap. Her captor, no longer just a shadow but a warden of secrets, pressed for information about the vet with a persistence that hinted at deeper connections. These demands, spoken in the dark, suggested a network of knowledge and intrigue that Jenna had unwittingly tapped into. The pieces of the puzzle were there, but the picture they formed was obscured. In the midst of despair, a sliver of hope emerged. Jenna, her resolve hardening against the fear, discovered a means of escape. This escape was not merely from the physical bounds of the house, but from the shadows of ignorance and fear that had sought to ensnare her. With each cautious step towards freedom, Jenna's spirit, undimmed by the darkness, became a beacon of resilience. Into the unknown she ran, driven by the primal need for safety and the courage to seek it. With the danger momentarily behind her, Jenna seized the first opportunity to call for help. Her voice, though tremulous, carried the weight of her ordeal over the phone line to the ears of the local police. Standing in the relative safety of a public space, Jenna recounted her story to the authorities. Reporting her capture and escape, Jenna positioned herself as an unexpected adversary to the unseen forces that had sought to silence her quest for truth. Guided by Jenna's information, the police orchestrated a swift raid on the vet's clinic, a place once thought to be a sanctuary for healing, now suspected of harboring darker secrets. As the operation unfolded, the clinic became a battleground between law and shadow, each entry breached by the police a step closer to unveiling the truth. Jenna, from a distance, watched the drama she had ignited, her heart racing with the uncertainty of the outcome. The capture of suspects in the wake of the raid marked a pivotal moment in the unfolding narrative. Jenna, observing from the fringes, found herself at the heart of a story far greater than she could have imagined. Her discovery, her ordeal, and her escape had set in motion a chain of events that now saw potential perpetrators in handcuffs. Yet, as the suspects were led away, Jenna's role in the drama remained shrouded in mystery. In the aftermath of the raid, Jenna found herself enveloped in a rare silence, the chaos that had pursued her now momentarily at bay. She sat quietly, allowing herself a moment to breathe, to reflect on the surreal journey from a simple act of rescue to the eye of a storm. As the investigation progressed, Jenna watched the police work, their discussions and discoveries beginning to form a clearer picture. She found herself at the epicenter of an intricate plot, her actions unknowingly pivotal. The officers pieced together evidence with methodical precision, their findings hinting at a narrative much larger than any of them had anticipated. In the quiet of the police station, Jenna was debriefed. The officers expressed their gratitude, their words shedding light on the significance of her involvement. As they outlined the connections uncovered, Jenna began to grasp the extent of the web in which she had become entangled. It was a moment of revelation, providing her with a clearer understanding of the complex situation she had inadvertently influenced. She contemplated the series of events, her decision to rescue the cat now intertwined with significant criminal investigations. This reflection was bittersweet, pride in her courage mixed with the gravity of the consequences her actions had set in motion. Jenna understood the complexity of heroism, recognizing the burden that often accompanies the pursuit of justice. As the dust settled and calm returned, Jenna found herself enveloped in a newfound respect from those around her. Her actions, once driven by a simple impulse to save a distressed animal, were now recognized as acts of bravery and quick thinking. This acknowledgement brought her a moment of solace, a soothing balm for the whirlwind of fear and action she had endured. Jenna's adventure, starting with the rescue of a stray cat and leading to the exposure of a hidden criminal activity, became a story shared among those who knew her and beyond. As the case progressed, Jenna learned that the stray cat had once belonged to a mob boss, and its rescue had unveiled a hidden world of crime. The cat had unknowingly carried vital information, leading to the arrest of the boss and his associates. Jenna's discovery had been the linchpin that brought the criminal empire to its knees. The arrest brought closure to the community that had lived in the shadow of this underground network, and the cat, now free, found a loving home. Jenna reflected on the serendipity of her actions, realizing how a random act of kindness had unraveled a criminal empire. This experience deepened her understanding of the power of individual choices and the far-reaching effects they can have. She was celebrated as a hero, and her story became a testament to the extraordinary influence of ordinary people. In the quiet aftermath, Jenna was filled with a sense of peace. The case was closed, the criminals behind bars, and the cat safe. She looked ahead, ready to return to her normal life, now enriched by the lessons she had learned. Jenna understood that her actions had made a difference, and this knowledge bolstered her confidence, preparing her for the future with a renewed belief in her ability to affect change. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another unbelievable tale like this one.